Going on one of my lunchtime walks, just have a bit of an explore. Like we said, you can get a lot further at my old place within 30 minutes than you can here. And it's not because you walk quicker, it's just there's more around. Working in city centre in Bath, you can literally get around the entire city centre within 30 minutes, no problem whatsoever. Just a little bit more limited around here because there's just less to walk to. So I'm just like trying to have a bit of an explore, figure out where all the best loops are, set up my different. So I used to have like a 20-minute walk, a 30-minute walk, a 45-minute walk, and an hour walk. I need to reset up those things. Parked really close to work as well today because it was going to rain later. And we're kind of dodging that rain now, to be honest with you. It's a bit, keeps threatening. There's like the odd spit. I'm just like, don't rain on me. That's why brought my waterproof. It's not really that cold today. An absolute hoot fixing stuff though. A couple of people have like come to me while I'm making a cup of tea or whatever. They're like, you seem to have landed on your feet quite well. I'm like, thanks. That's a good thing, right? I know that path. Right, I was just wondering where that went. Because there's like a cycle path in Bath, a bit like the old, the one in Bristol. And it has like, goes underground in these great big tunnel things. I think it's called like 2 tunnel cycle way or greenway or some shit like that. When they were at uni and I was like, I'm around this somewhere. I just kind of walked around and saw a sign and I was like, oh, let's see if I can find anything interesting, but apparently not. Yeah, a couple of people have like said, you seem to have got your feet quite well, and like, I already know what I'm talking about on some things. I'm like, well, I might look like I know what I'm talking about, but I've not been here that long. So I keep having to like caveat things with, I've not been here long, guys, but here's what I think. Or here's how I think it works. That being said, I've only been here a week. So it's a good sign. It means people think you're good, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you're good, it just matters if people think you're good. Helps that I am good. But interestingly, I think being further away from things like coffee shops or bakeries makes me want them more, which is fun. That's because you're not like saturated by them. So you kind of see one, and I'm like, it's a Costa as well. I don't even like Costa that much. I'm like, oh, I'd take my little mug, myself a little hot chocolate. And I know there's a place kind of that general direction that does pasties. And I'm like, I haven't had pasty in a long time. Having said that, I normally go on a walk after I eat my sandwiches. And I went before this time because we're having a meeting at like 1. And I thought, what I'll do is, I'll go for my walk now, then have my sandwiches, and then I can go to the meeting better, have a longer walk, you know? Remember how I said I parked closer because it was raining? 4:30 and I'm back. My God. What came in the post for me today, boys? It's a fucking manly ass drill. I'm not sure I mentioned this on the vlog or not, but we tried to put a mirror up here. We tried to drill a hole here and here, but the drill that Laura's parents bought us for Christmas doesn't quite drill through the brick. I think, to be honest with you, it's because it doesn't have a hammer mode. I think it's basically like a really big electric screwdriver rather than a drill. So I've ordered a drill, and it's big boy brothers here. Look at this beast. It weighs a frickin' ton as well. My God. And wait, listen to this bitch. Ready? Yeah. Compared to this one, which is just a little bit more namby-pamby, you know. Let's get the ladder and get this bitch up. Serious note, it doesn't do it. it doesn't fucking drill it, man. What the fuck are these walls made out of? Granite. I am shocked. Literally, it feels like the house is gonna fall down. I mean, this fucker does not fuck about, and yet I feel like what we're gonna have to do is get smaller screws and go here, and maybe go this deep. Instead of, so that it will not go any further than that. And I need it just to go like 1 extra centimetre. You know what, fair dues, Laura's dad, I apologise. It might have been the wall after all. I mean, this is the thing though. This is what I do in life, ladies and gentlemen. If you wonder what kind of person I am, I'm the kind of person who goes out and buys a kind of ladder that you see in building sites. This is literally a workman's ladder. I'm like, I need the best, you know. Mainly because I needed one that was tall enough for us to reach ceilings in this place, because the ceilings are really high, even for someone tall like me. Like I say, this drill is not cheap. It's like a beast one. It's still not good enough. I am shook. You know what else as well? Right, something else you need to know about me. I get irrationally fucking angry whenever I do something that should be easier than it is, right? One of those things is when I use stuff and then I can't find it again, like that. I hate it when I walk around and put stuff down and I'm like, where the frick did I put that, man? I didn't realise why I still have my scarf on. Laura came home and was like, why are you wearing your scarf? And I'm like, I don't know. That's interesting. We went to go see Vice at the cinema. It was a bit long, but it was alright. But what we've noticed is, every film we go and see, we are by easily the youngest people in cinema by about 20 years. People behind us are talking about fucking making fish cakes. It was insane. Like, we could just walk in, it's just full of old people. Why? Yeah, it was bizarre. It was literally like the entire back row. It used to be like, well, about when I was a kid, just the entire back row was just like little scroats, you know? That's old scroats. Sad times. I went to bed, but I've made myself a cup of tea, so I'm going to sit and watch YouTube videos. Moisturise my hands, because they get so fucking dry, it's unreal. And then go to bed. It's a different day today. I'm normally at work by now. I have a hospital appointment about my nosebleeds this morning, so that is where I'm off until about midday, I think. I don't know how long I'm going to be there for. I don't really know what I'm going for. It's kind of a checkup, but they might do stuff. They're like, could take over 2 hours, so bear that in mind. I'm like, okay. But effectively it's a case of, went to the doctors once, they gave me something, didn't fix it, went back again and they were like, we'll take you to specialists. It's like nose and throat specialists. Hopefully it'll go alright. Nervous, but that's life, innit? Also today, because I'm around that side of town, I'm going to take my car for an MOT and a service. So that's the plan. Take the car, MOT service, kill time in town until the appointment. Then I'm going to be sorting out like architectural stuff for work. I'm going to be setting up my computer because I don't have a laptop, so I've got to set up my home computer. So I've set that up as much as I can, but predominantly doing some architecture work to try and figure out how we can shape the architecture going forward. That's my plan. I booked a day off holiday so she can hang with me. We'll see. It's fucking cold today. Although in Chicago it's like minus 30 degrees Celsius, which is ludicrous. It's only like minus, say like minus 1 or minus 2 here. Feels a lot colder than that. Obviously like real feel is like way lower than that, but yeah, that's by the by. Right, let's get back ready. Well, sorted. We're about to go in. Did I say I was taking the car to get mortgaged? MOT'd. Had to remortgage in order to fucking afford it, an MOT and a service, as per usual, but by the way. Went to the hospital, was there for about an hour or two, and then had to go to the pharmacy to get some more stuff. They like cauterized my nose, which burnt like a bitch, and it still burns now. Kind of feels like I've got like a blob of like wasabi up there. That's what it feels like at the moment. It's just burning away. It's not fun at all. My nose is just constantly running. But I'm not really supposed to be blowing. I'm not supposed to blow it. So otherwise, but that's a good thing because they found something right up at the top apparently. So they found something which is better than them going, not much we can do about it, we can't see anything, like, fuck me. And apparently I've got it fucking easy, according to what they have other people with. And they still don't have it, because part of me is like, I've got a brain tumour and that's why. So my nose is going, part of me is like, the reason I've got this, because I've got a brain tumour. And they're like, no, we've got people way worse than you. Like literally, like, I'm on like the really light scale. You've got people in the middle who sound horrific and I don't even want to find out about the worst of the worst. And they still don't have brain tumours. So the car was pretty expensive, but we got it back alright. So we got the car back. My nose is not hurting that much anymore, and it's also not dribbling that much anymore either, which is good. Basically, I got, when I was coming back from the car, my head was like pounding. I came back, had some food, drinking, and I just lay down in my jimmy jams underneath the duvet downstairs. Recouping. I think it's a full day of like kind of effectively not drinking much, and combination of not drinking and not having much to eat, I think. And a bit of stress, to be fair, because I was pretty fucking... I'm not very good with doctors and hospitals and stuff. But I'm feeling better now. Should be alright for tomorrow. Yeah, a bit of a write-off day today. Got some good architecture stuff sorted. And a bit of reading and whatnot, but for work in the afternoon. But yeah, not that much. Kind of glad Laura took the day off as well, so she could like go to hospital with me and stuff. Well, a deal. If either of us go to hospital, we'd both go. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal. But yeah, bedtime, I think. Another very cold day today, but I brought my Timberlands, so I should be fine. It's like -2, so it's pretty freaking cold right now. But there's chance of snow and rain. Well, there's definitely a chance of rain. But there is also a chance of snow. This year when it snowed, I brought wellies. And we got snowed off actually. I meant to leave work early to get home. But this year I got my Timberlands so I can wear these in the office, live in the tree. At the moment it's just really icy, but later could snow. I don't think it will snow, but it could. There's a lot of grit around, thankfully. It just means you got to drive different routes and whatnot, you know what I mean? Just to make sure that you're on the proper gritted routes rather than the quicker ones. Also though, I changed into these in the car park because I drove in my Converse. Because one, it's icy, and I've never driven in these shoes before. I probably could drive in them, but they're just a bit bigger and heavier. But also, the mechanic was like, you've got new brakes and you've got new tyres. They take a little bit to like wear in, and obviously, and they'll be different to what you're used to. And yesterday when I was driving it back, I'm like, you press the brakes quite hard and they're not really braking that much. So I was like, you know what, I'm not taking any fucking risks today. So I had to change. I'm not going to vlog anymore though, because my hand is fucking freezing. Never really been a hat guy. I feel like this van's going to ask me a question. I've never really been a hat guy, but I also was never really a thick coat and boot guy. So maybe I should buy a hat. My ears are really cold. I don't like wearing these shoes or these Timberlands all day. I feel like I've blistered the top of my foot or something. It's not nice to walk with. I just like re-tie them a couple of times as well. It's not going great for me. Also, my nose doesn't burn anymore, which is nice. It just feels like I've been punched in it, so it feels like bruised if I like touch it or like catch it or anything. No snow today either. It's not even that cold, which is actually a problem because it's probably cold enough to snow. Sometimes if it gets too cold, it won't snow because it's too cold. But it probably is snowing temperature, but no snow so far. No snow anywhere at all. Ludicrous, mate. It's going to be cold tonight though, so may have to pop the heating on or the fire on, one of the two. Right, Laura's not back yet, so I am going to bust out my laptop, sort out some shit. I've got like 3 things that I've got my to-do list that I keep bouncing around. I haven't really done anything of value for the past 3 days now, so stop chipping those things off, feeling productive. It's 10:20 right now, and this is like covered, this bit, and it's snowing. It's still snowing. There's no way I'm getting a bath tomorrow. I really like snow. What I like about snow is it's 10 o'clock well, it's nearly midnight actually. 10 o'clock at night, my arse, it's 20 to midnight. Like outside it's just bright. I'd love to go on a snow holiday. Oh, god damn it. Either way, it's fucking 100% sure I'm not going to get the bath tomorrow. Looks like I've got to work from home again, most likely. Get that lot better going. Yeah. I've been trying to do, I've been building up my website to add blogs to it, and I just need to add in like code snippets. And I'm trying to figure out how to add something like Prism or Syntax Highlighter to my Webpack. And I'm like, Webpacks are like a dark art. Fuck knows how they work. I have no idea. Yes, I think it's literal witchcraft. I don't think I'll ever understand it. So I'm going to watch the see if I can find a weather forecast. BBC weather forecast to see what they're predicting for the morning. I'd rather not stay here, to be honest with you, but we'll see. I don't think I'm going to have a choice, to be honest with you. The road looks pretty fucking bad. Bath is currently 0 degrees, feels like -6. Well, no, -7, but it's that until about 10 o'clock in the morning. So, no fucking chance. And even then, it doesn't go above 2 degrees, and it's going to be raining and snowing all day. Well, that's nice in your bath. Right, what's Bristol looking like? Bristol 0, -6, real feel, until about 10 o'clock. Well, that's that shot in. it's pretty snowy. Well, even the buses won't be making it down. They're basically the main road that joins me and the ring road, which is probably okay. Buses are being routed away from that or terminating before it if they can't, and that basically means that I have no option to get in, which is a hoot. So I am working from home again, which obviously I did the other day. The other day I just didn't really do an awful lot to get things running on my laptop. I just kind of accessed all the online stuff because I was doing some architectural shizness, but now I need to get things up and running on my own computer, which I kind of feel a bit weird about. But I guess that's just the way they want to do it, which is a bit odd. The desktop, so at work, so I don't have access to like my normal shit, you know, at home. I used to have a laptop that I just bring home and just plug into a monitor. Happy days. But yeah, so I need to download all the code, get some stuff up and running on my laptop, on Atlas if possible. But I also don't want it to like mingle with all the other stuff I've got on my computer. You know? You know what I'm saying? I walked Laura to the bus stop. She got a bus into town and she's holding out, because it's still snowing, she's holding out for more news on the buses, but in theory it's only going to get better. I'd also left later than, like a lot later than normal, to try and give it time to clear. But yeah, so Laura's in work, I'm here, picking up some small shit basically. Trying to figure out, like I say, how to segregate all of this stuff as best as possible. Living the dream, probably spending a shitload of money on heating. Still snowing, really thick, man. I'm sat here in, I'm waiting for deployments. But you know, actually, I've just been trying to pull down the code on Atlas, and I set up a new app password, copied and pasted a little space on the end of it though, didn't I? And I'm like, why the fuck can't I connect? I burnt it, put it back down again, copied and pasted the space again. I've got my welly socks on still from when I went to the thing. These are lovely and warm. Currently on the VPN as well. I've got Spotify running, I'm sure that's not a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to have a cup of tea. They've given me something to try and get running. Try and resurrect an old branch. Washing machine. That freaked me out then. I was like, what the hell is that noise? Washing machine is old. Still blizzarding down. It's so heavy. I thought it was supposed to stop. You can't really see it, but out in this really heavy, really thick as well. Got a load of, someone's parked in front of my car as well, so no one will crash into me, they'll crash into them first. Oh, it's so thick, it's almost covering... Damn! It's like a good couple of inches, man. It's a good 4 or 5 inches thick. And it's still coming down. I've now got the absolute thrill ride of trying to get this old branch of this thing running that I have very little understanding of. It's literally like... what is it? It's I think I mentioned it the other day. It's a web page, it's a website. How cold is it actually? I should probably stop putting the heat on, just because I think the heating will come on if it drops below a certain temperature, but probably shouldn't let it get to that temperature. It's a web app, it's an internal web app that runs on a stack, 14 degrees. Runs on a version, it doesn't run on like MVC, on anything that you would expect it to run on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this upstairs and flick with the settings in a bit. Like the startup project is just .use blah blah blah. I'm like, it's all hidden in NuGet packages. So you got to figure out how it works, how it routes, just to figure out how to start it. Then you got to figure out how to maintain it. And I'm like, we need to burn this to the ground. We need to stop thinking we're good enough to do this kind of shit, because it's just going to fall out of date, and then there's going to be vulnerabilities in it. And every new hire we get has to learn how it all works. And that's the worst thing. You want to be able to hire people and get them hitting the ground, running as fast as possible. What I'll do is, when the washing machine's done, I'll put the heating on. That's my joy. Oh gosh. Oh god, it's cold. Should I set up a hot water bottle as well? I've got a backache as well. I keep getting this like kind of, I think I'm sitting on my chair funny. I have to restart my computer to get Docker stuff. And also, I've put cream up my nose, so if you can see white stuff, it's not snot, it's cream, okay? I feel like it's there, but I keep checking and it's not. Really, possibly the grossest thing in the world. I had to restart my computer to get Docker working on, I got it running on my laptop, but I needed to get it running on Atlas, and I needed to activate hardware acceleration and all that kind of shit in the BIOS. And I rebooted it, and now I can't access the VPN because it's reached maximum capacity. And I can't get the nougat packages. So I can't run this, basically. I need to update some nougat packages as well, because I think it's out of date. It's asking for things that we don't have anywhere else. Lunchtime, I'm struggling to get this thing running. I can't access the... This is the problem, when it's got like, all the configuration is in nougat packages. It means you can't access it. I literally just don't know, can't figure out what's throwing the errors at what points. And I'm like, fuck. Oh, there's like water's falling down a chimney. Not a lot of water, it's just like a little pool of like mud, effectively, that's fallen down. Which I'm assuming has been knocked off by the snow. Heating's on, so... Oh dear, oh dear. It's kicking away. I don't know what the problem is at the moment. I've moved the thermometer upstairs into a room where I knew stays cool to keep it on for longer. It's not snowing as much now, but it is still snowing. The heating is struggling to get the house above 15.5 degrees Celsius. We normally set it to 18, and it's trying its hardest to get up. It just can't do it. So it's probably... Oh, I've left the TV on. It's probably best to keep it running than to turn it off and then try and drag it up again, I imagine. I imagine that's more energy efficient, to keep it running and try and keep it like toasty rather than let the house drop and then let it work harder, I guess. I don't know how to do this. I just don't know how to do it. I make a request to the home screen and then it gives me a bad HTTP request and a shitload of mangled code. I'm assuming there's some middleware in the pipeline and I fucking don't know what it is. What? Why? What? Snow update before bed, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. The road. There's still snow on the things that are blatantly not moved, but it's clearing, so you can actively see the road now instead of just slush. It's going to be cold though, so it's going to freeze over. Laura said that basically all the other roads are fine. You've just got like the pavements aren't as good, so we should be over the worst of it. And again, I'm going to call it here, ladies and gentlemen. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you later.